What's up, you guys? This is episode 9 of a show that I do not know the title to yet. All I know is that I want to give thought-provoking concepts and ideas for you to resonate with in your own life, through my experiences, through my anecdotal perception of the world. Today, we will be talking about impact and how you can bring meaning into your life. In all aspects, whether it's your career, your relationships, however you choose to live your life, right? This one I came up with on the fly. Normally I have stuff that I write down on a piece of paper and fold it, blah, 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 but today I just decided to go off the top of my head and see what happens. It's kind of like a little quiz of sorts, or like a test to myself. Another thing I'll say as well is these locations that I pick, I try to pick the prettiest places. I live in San Francisco. It's a beautiful area. Sometimes I get frustrated with spots that I'm trying to go to. It's like, oh, I've already been there. I've already used that. And I want to try different spots every time. So bear with me. I think this looks great. Not every spot's going to be the most beautiful beach with the, the Golden Gate Bridge behind me. But in any case, let's just get right into it. Being someone who lives a life of meaning is probably the entire goal of what it's like to be a human being. Trying to figure out what it is that we're meant to do in this life. Our purpose. Will our purpose bring meaning to our life, and then in turn will it bring impact onto other people's lives, right? That's really where, at least for myself, serving others, right? Me being a content creator, me being an entrepreneur, it's ultimately the idea of serving others for a greater purpose to bring more purpose into their life, and then the reciprocation of value is me reaching financial freedom, right? I think the first thing I want to say off the top of my head is a lot of you are confused on where you want to go or what you want to do, and that's not a bad thing. Depending on your age, it's not a bad thing, in my humble opinion. I think for my viewers that are in their teens or in their early 20s, that's totally okay. I think that is an area where you're supposed to explore why you want to do this or this subject, right? You go to school, you try out different jobs. You could even say all of your 20s, because I'm 27, and although I know what I want to do, my definite purpose, I'm not saying that in your 20s is a bad idea either. In my head, I think 30 is always a good precursor to figure out, all right, where am I headed? What am I doing? So back to what I was saying. I think the first step for a lot of you is trying to figure out what it is that you would like to do to build meaning, to build purpose, to build impact, right? And so someone asks me, well, I don't know what I want to do. I would say, well, you need to figure it out, because God or the universe or whatever you believe in doesn't even know where to work in your life, because you don't even know what you want. God might give you something that you may not appreciate, that you may not understand, that you may not be ready for. There's so many things that could go wrong that were meant for you, but you didn't know that they were meant for you because you don't know what you want. I think that's why a lot of you feel stagnant. A lot of you feel like, oh, I'm just going to wish on a star and God's going to bring this thing to me. Blah, blah, blah. I've said it before. God is not a genie, he's a gap filler. He's somebody where you have a chief definite aim, you're trying to figure something out, you're pushing towards it every day, and while you're sleeping, he fills the gaps to make stuff happen, to give you opportunities to take advantage of, to provide maximum value, and ultimately glorify his name, be thankful for it, and then the process repeats over and over, right? I can see this happening in my own life as an entrepreneur. I don't think I'm better than the next man. I don't think because I live this life this way or because I do what I do, I don't think I'm better than somebody else. I'm just trying to create a place to talk about these things with you and figure out for you in this episode, what are you gunning for? What is it that you want? What is your purpose, right? And now we move on to, you understand that you need to figure it out. So now you ask me, okay, I know I need to figure it out. Say, what do I do now? If you can visualize God or whoever coming up to you, right, and he's light because you don't know what he looks like because he's so shiny, right, and he comes up to you and he goes, whatever you want to do, what would you do if you could not fail? Think about that for a couple of seconds. I'll even be quiet for 5 seconds. Think about what would you do if you could not fail? I don't know what that looks like for you, but for me, when I was around 16, 17, 18 years old, I knew that I wanted to go play professional basketball. That was what I wanted to do. So I strived everywhere for it. I did my best. I got a full ride scholarship, 2 degrees, the whole nine. I had an agent. Pro was right in front of me to go play at different countries. And then I decided then and there that actually is not what I want anymore. I squeezed every bit of value that I wanted from my basketball journey. Now I want to be a content creator. And I made that decision in 2021, I think. And here we are 5-6 years later, now in a position where I'm getting paid to be me. So I think things start to happen once you decide what it is that you want, right? If you keep changing what it is that you want, I wanted to be a basketball player since I was 5 years old. I had that same idea from 5 all the way to 22 or 23. And then at 23, I decided to become an entrepreneur, specifically a content creator. And I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years, right? And so I'm just trying to show you my anecdotal experience. All the things that have happened to me in my life are positive because I feel like once you make the decision and then work tirelessly with unwavering faith and achieve definite aim, the physical equivalent will sooner or later come to fruition. You have to figure out what it is that you want to do. So for you, right, I just went through mine. For you, what would you do if you could not fail? Why don't you go do that right now? Why don't you make strides? I'm not saying quit your job and I don't know, let's say you want to be a hairstylist or you want to be a nail tech or you want to be a cook. Don't stop everything and go do that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is how can you find ways to visualize yourself being that person and then striving towards that a little bit every day, always doing your best. And why don't you do that? Well, I like photography, but, it's a hobby. And like once it becomes a job, then it's like I fall out of love with, then that's not what you really wanted to do. That's not what you really wanted to do. Because if you wanted to do something so bad, there's a level of unconditional persistence, right? I wanted to play basketball when I had to run the liners and do all the drills and do all the conditioning and do all that stuff. I wanted to get better at basketball. I wanted to be a professional basketball player. So anything that came along with it, I enjoyed it. Even if I wasn't happy, I was at peace with what I had to do because that's where I wanted to go. With this content creation, there's situations where I had to film for people, right? I'm behind the camera. I'm writing questions and being on the back burner, not being a guy in the room where nobody's looking at me. Nobody knows who I am, right? Those are dues that I had to pay because I want to get paid to be me. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a content creator. So all of those things, even though I may not be happy with those things, I'm at peace with it because I know what I want to do. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean it's not going to be all fine and dandy and all these things. I think about one of my friends, He wants to be an artist, right? And because he has seen some adversity, I feel like, and he can attest to this, that his desire for it has waned because he believed that, I want to do it, people will like it in this time, I have control over the situation, therefore it's going to happen when I want it to happen, and if it doesn't, I'm going to quit because I don't know when it'll take place and I'm not willing to wait. And I know I'm going kind of fast, but this gets me excited. If you know what it is that you want and you have this definite purpose, all you need to do is let go. What would you do if you could not fail? I want to do this. Okay. Write that down. Talk to God about it. Tell him your plans. How do you plan to get there? Just literally sitting down and writing in a notebook or wherever, somewhere you can keep it up on your wall. What is it that I want to do if I could not fail? What type of plan will I make to get there? Do I have the consistency? Do I have the accountability? Do I have all those things to make it? Don't make excuses. Don't cope. Don't say, oh, well, it once was something that I liked, but once it became a job and I faced adversity, I didn't want to do it anymore. To me, I'm sorry, that sounds like an excuse. I believe anybody can be whoever it is that they want to be in 2026. We are in a world right now where you can like Pokemon so much that you can make Pokemon content. You can sell Pokemon cards. You can sell a product that you have a satchel and that's where you put your cards, and you have, like, I'm telling you, bro, you can be anything it is that you want to be. I feel like, one, you don't know what you want to do, and two, once you figure it out, there's too much adversity, so you act like you don't know step one. You know step one, bro. Right now, I'm telling you, you know what you want to do. You have some sort of feeling. You have something that you like to do. You have something you feel like you're really good at, right? Like at one point, I thought that I was really good at being a basketball trainer. And I thought about pivoting from content creation to basketball training. But then I realized, am I doing it out of desperation? Like, dang, I should change to this because I don't know if this content creation, I've been in it for 5 years, I don't know what's going to happen. Or am I doing it because I really want to train basketball? I came to the realization I want to get paid to be me. I think on the side, I'd be willing to train young kids getting better at basketball for free. I think I'd rather do that, train them for free. I don't think I want to get paid to do that. That's just something that I enjoy doing, right? I'm okay with that. I am the CEO of my life, so I choose to make the basketball training my hobby, and I choose to get paid to be me because it's my life, and I work with God every day in creating my reality. I think once we get out of this victimhood of, oh, woe is me, I can't do this, I'll never this, I can't be that, I can't do this, that is the exact opposite. You're almost fucking yourself over twice because one, you don't know what you want to do, and then two, you have all these deterrents to stop you from even finding that in the first place. It's like you're literally 2 steps back. Figuring out what you want to do, it doesn't matter the trials and obstacles. That doesn't matter right now. Those will come when it comes. You will be able to figure those things out as you do. The purpose is far more important than any deterrence that may happen along your way. If anything was easy, if what you wanted was easy, everybody would be doing it. If everybody wanted to be a content creator and be the Kaisenat or be the whoever, it would be that easy. And I think that's the point that I'm trying to make with you guys is there's some of you who truly don't know what you want to do. A lot of you are 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You don't know what you want to do. That's totally fine. You need to start figuring out quickly what it is that you want to do. And on the flip side, there are a lot of you that are in your mid-20s that know what you want to do, but you face a little bit of adversity and you choose to cope and make excuses. I think everyone has an opportunity to be an entrepreneur. I think everyone has an opportunity to reach financial freedom. I think everybody has the choice to do whatever it is that they want to do. I mean, even think about and this is a complete tangent, but AI is going to take over every single fast food restaurant, every single marketplace. AI is going to take that over pretty soon. It's what better time to go find an actual meaningful job where you can make money from it, right? And that's not to say being an entrepreneur is the only thing that there is to do. There could be a job that makes sense for you, that's so much fun and so intrinsically motivated where you feel comfortable in that space, and that brings what? Meaning, purpose, impact, right? To other people's lives, to your life, whatever it is. I think that's super important to understand. I don't want you to start believing that if I live in my definite purpose, that no matter what, this will happen during this time because I have control of it. That's not even what I'm trying to say. I think some of you right now are thinking, oh man, that is a big ass beat. If I just let go and let God and know what I want, then naturally it'll happen at this time and then this will line up and this. No. That is how you end up falling out of love with whatever it is that you want to do. That makes it conditional. I would only do this job. I would only do this if this happens at this specific time. You have to let go of all of that. I think our perception of what we know that can happen is way different compared to God's perception and omnipotent being. I've talked about this before. How could you ever expect to know what God knows, what God has planned? All you need to do is take that first step and figure out what it is that you want, a plan to get there, and faith that it will sooner or later happen. Think about in your life when something has happened where you give maximum effort and you put all of your mind to it and you don't sooner or later see stepping stones. You know what I mean? How I've never had that before, where I gave all of it, all of my mind, all of my power, all of my being, and I strive for it every day. You're telling me that you failed at something? No, I think if anything, you became impatient. Your purpose, your impact became conditional upon time. Now, who you are is conditional. What you want in this life is conditional, right? Some of the most powerful emotions that a human can experience is unconditional love, faith, peace. Those are things that you can, gratitude. Those are things that you can put in your backpack, in your mindset to strive and go for whatever it is that you want, right? I'll make another example. When I was a kid, I said I wanted to be in the NBA, right? Blah, blah, blah. Wanted to grow up, play on the Kings because I'm from Sacramento, go Kings. And although that did not happen, I did stay patient enough to see what would happen. And wouldn't you know it, at one point in my content creation journey and in the future, I have worked with the NBA. I have interviewed NBA players. I've shook hands with some of the best players in the league, right? There's other opportunities that I'm not going to speak on right now, but I'm manifesting, some more opportunities to be a part of the NBA, play in an NBA game. If you're catching my drift, simply letting go and figuring out what it is that you want and allowing God to work in your life for those things, it's like the most beautiful things can come around. In the most weirdest ways, like a lot of the things that I'm doing right now, a lot of the people that I'm experiencing, whether it's business or friendship, amongst a whole other things, the biggest opportunities I have in my life right now just came in the past year. If you would have told me in 2019 that I'd be, working with the NBA, working with House of Highlights, working with the NFL, working with Netflix, working with Crunchyroll, all these companies, right? Like, I would have been like, oh, okay, well, I would have probably gotten patient and been like, when's it happening? When's it happening? And you told me in 2020 when I made my first video, it's like 6 years later. Imagine if God told me that in 2020, I would have probably quit. That would have probably never happened. I would have been like, God, you're lying, I think it's good that we don't know the timing of things because then it becomes conditional. A really good friend of mine in Austin, Texas, he was saying, your purpose and your direction isn't purpose or direction if it's transactional. If God says, hey, if God tells you right now, hey, if you run 10 miles every day, I'm going to give you $1 million at the end of this month. How easy is that to do? It's like, oh, okay, well, here is what's going to happen that I'm going to do. And then there's a physical equivalent that's coming back to me at a certain time. Why wouldn't I do that? I'd probably go above and beyond. I'd probably do double if I knew exactly what it was. But that's the beauty of getting things that you could never hope to understand. Unprecedented blessings is because it's something that you waited for without a time limit on it. That's the hardest part of anything. And I think that's why the way this reality works with God, he wants to see if that's what you truly want. Are you willing to sit through trials and tribulations for however long? It could be 2 weeks. It could be 2 years. It could be 2 decades. Truly. You don't know what your journey is. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's learn what they learn and what they understand to help them be a better person. So when that opportunity arises for them to take full advantage of it, it's different for everybody. Just not knowing is the beauty of it in itself. It's like, I'm doing this right now, right? I'm doing this video because I want to do it, because I feel like it's a purpose that I have fulfilled and I feel a lot better doing it, providing impact to other people's lives, being meaningful, being a meaningful person with purpose. Therefore, I will do it. I don't know what's going to happen with this show. I don't know how far it's going to go, but I know with unwavering faith that God will be the gap filler and provide opportunities for me to give maximum value. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. What is your purpose? Are you willing to wait for the fruits of your labor? It's like I make this example all the time. It's like when you lift weights, you don't see any progress until about 8 to 10 weeks later, and that's just due to studies of the human body, right? Like that's a finite amount of information that you can understand. But when it comes to somebody's life, somebody's existence, somebody's purpose, you can't measure that, and you can't compare to somebody else's journey. It's completely different. That's why things like that are so hard. Oh, if I lift weights, and I follow this regimen, 10 weeks, I'm going to lose. It's easy. It's if you do it right and you have accountability and you have persistence. But imagine having accountability and persistence and you still have no idea what this work will mean. For a long time, God may keep you at a flat line, and then out of nowhere, boom, one video, and you just fly. One opportunity, one handshake, one this, one that. All it takes, bro. That's really all it takes. One day, one handshake, one video, one idea. And now your life has changed forever. And it's like, man, I can't imagine how life was before. I'm filled with purpose and impact and all these things. But the ability to have faith in that before it happens is what's super cool to think about. This really famous, I forgot who it was, but he was giving a podcast, and it was a clip, and he was like, I would give all the riches and everything I have to be in your position striving for this financial freedom. And the guy was like, wait, what? How does that make any sense? And he's like, well, I've already made it, so like I'm on this side. It's way more fun being on the chasing side. It's way more fun to strive for whatever it is that I'm looking for, my purpose, my impact, like that value I provide. Like it's way more fun being on that side. And it dawned on me, I was like, why the hell is he thinking that? But it's because he believes in the mindset, what I can do whatever I want because I won't fail. So if that were to be true, then I would love to go back and try something else and keep hitting it and keep scoring and keep reaching financial freedom in a million different ways. Now I understand what he's saying. You can place yourself in a mindset, if you can, place yourself in a mindset where, damn, I cannot fail no matter what it is I do. I give all of my heart, mind, and soul to a purpose, to something that I choose to do, my chief definite aim, unwavering faith, a burning desire for that to happen, having discipline, having accountability, not living in a complaining, woe is me, victim mindset. Anything is possible. And if I know that's possible, then it's boring being on the side where I already knew that and the financial freedom is there and the riches and all that stuff, it's already there. That's kind of boring. I don't know if that's registering with you guys, but they're like, man, if I live in this cycle, it would be more fun to be on the side where I know it's going to happen, but I don't know, but I know anything is possible. So why would I exist on the side that's boring? I want to be on the chase side. So all that to say, if you can find yourself in this belief that I feel like I exist in, where there's nothing I can't do, I put my mind to anything, I'll be successful at it all, smell the roses. I think that's when you'll be able to live in the present moment more, is when you're like, man, I'm enjoying this. This video did X, Y, and Z. I'm enjoying this. This is fun for me. This is great. Smelling the roses is a very valuable precursor to see whether or not you truly believe where you are supposed to be. That present moment is just ever more important. Ever more valuable. I think that will help you understand, man, I am supposed to be here right now in this moment. I'm not worried about what may happen or what will happen because I know that I will be successful in whatever it is I choose to do. So, I will say sometimes people walk back and forth and like they're doing things, and I swear to you, sometimes it gets very distracting. So this is good for me to try to focus on the task at hand, which is talking to you guys about what's on my mind and giving you thought-provoking concepts. It's funny because you only see like this, right? You might see somebody walk behind me, but sometimes there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on in front of me. In any case, I genuinely enjoy doing this. I hope that I'm providing value and giving something for you to resonate with in your own life. I think finding a mentor in whatever industry or space that you want to be in, they will start to tell you some of the same things I'm telling you. And if you don't have a mentor, well, nice to meet you. I'll be your first mentor, your gateway mentor to finding another one. I have other episodes where I talk about how to find a mentor, how to find that sale, how to network. Those are very important. I think constantly hearing this from people that are right above you in that next step, it's like all hand in hand. Right now I'm a creator where I'm not at the bottom, but I'm not at the top, so it's like, it's good to hear someone that's right above me, someone that's reached financial freedom, somebody that has millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Like, these are people that I need to have as mentors as well. So it's very important to find somebody and constantly hear the shit I'm saying all the time. If you're around people like, if you want to be somebody special, somebody that's unprecedented in their job, in their life, in their career, you don't want to listen to people who are doing the exact opposite. That's why, to be completely honest with you guys, it's hard for me to talk about 9-to-5 shit. It's almost impossible. Like, I'm just kind of quiet when people talk about their job or their boss or their this or that. Like, I made the conscious decision to let go and chase whatever it is that I want, and I am currently in that space. It's almost like there's two different mindsets when you're working in something that you don't want to be a part of versus working or being an entrepreneur and doing whatever it is that you want to do right then and there at all times. It's two different mindsets. You can have a job and not enjoy what you're doing, but still live in the mindset that there's a point where I'm going to be doing what it is that I want to do. If they're walking down here, that's really unfortunate. It's like a whole school of kids. I don't want them to walk right here on this path. Well, in any case, I appreciate you guys. I do want to do a guided meditation for you. So if you can, try to find a spot on the couch, on the ground, wherever, and close your eyes for me. And what I want you to do is take a deep breath. We're going to do that 2 more times. Take a deep breath. One more time, deep breath. Okay, keep your eyes closed. And what I want you to do is think about right now what it is that you feel like God put you on this planet to do. And if you don't know the answer to that question, what do you enjoy doing the most right now? Think about that for me. What does that look like? What does that feel like, smell like, sound like, taste like, all those things? Try to really, really envision yourself in that space, doing exactly what it is that you want to do, your purpose. Don't overthink it. Don't think about 4 or 5 things. Think about just that one thing. You know what it is. Think about it. I mean, whatever came to mind first is what you enjoy doing. You feel like in some sort of way God put you on this earth to do that. Now, what's stopping you from doing that? You start to think of all these deterrents. Oh, this, oh, that, oh, I can't, blah, blah. See those things. Understand it. Why do those exist? Those have nothing to do with what God is capable of doing in your life. Those things are only limitations that exist in your mind. Whatever you say those deterrents are, those are. If a man says that he can or can't do something, either way, he is right. Any limitations you set are limitations because you say for them to be. You work in tandem with God. You are the co-creator, the CEO of your reality with God, with the universe. Nothing will stop you once you decide to really, truly give faith, give patience, give persistence, give accountability to your purpose. If that's what you want unconditionally, then you go for it unconditionally. Allow God to work in your life. Don't think about when. Think about why. Keep your eyes closed. That purpose, I know it's on your mind. I know you're still thinking about it. That is something that can truly be a reality if you believe it to be. Within the realm of reason. You're not going to be Superman and fly and shoot lasers out of your eyes. You get what I'm trying to say. Let go of all the things that stop it from happening, because there really is nothing that's stopping it from happening with the help of God, with truly letting go. Just finding that purpose, writing it down, talking to God about it, having it being at the forefront of your mind all the time, figuring out a plan to reach said goal. It doesn't have to be a step A to Z. All you need is step A, finding out what it is. Step B, talking to God about it. Step C, starting to create the plan. Even if you only have step 1 of the plan and you can only execute step 1, then you do that. Your purpose is possible. Your purpose, its physical equivalent, can and will exist if you allow it to. You can open your eyes now. Okay. Crazy enough, 32 minutes, no paper. I normally have something like that. Maybe I should just start ripping it like this. I have no idea. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments of these episodes. Any feedback is appreciated. I don't know where I'm going to take this. I just know that this is something I like to do every day. So I'm going to keep doing it and do the best I absolutely can. I appreciate you guys. Just got to let go and let God. Find your purpose, man. Find it. Figure it out. What is it? Talk to God, man. Find a place quietly and just sit and talk to God. Talk about what it is that you want, what you want to do, how you're going to get there, and ask God to be your business partner in your endeavors. Ask him to help you out, to create opportunities for you to take maximum value, maximum advantage of, to ultimately glorify his name. And then let go of all control. Your purpose, your impact, your meaning, your meaning in this world should be unconditional. It should be something that you do regardless of trials and tribulations, regardless of deterrence, because it's unconditional. You have unconditional love, you have unconditional persistence, you have unconditional faith, you have unconditional gratitude for this journey, for this purpose, for this impact. God will take care of the rest. You just have to choose to let go of control. We don't know the timing. It's all divine timing. 33. That's crazy. All right. Appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Life is good. Life is truly good. All right.